Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. I go by Ronnie, and today we're going to be talking about how to get over a breakup. It can be so difficult sometimes to get over a breakup, especially if you were dumped or if that person did something really bogus to you. So I'm pretty much going to say 5 steps that will help you get over this breakup that you're going through. And if you have not yet, before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe in this channel. Make sure to put on your notifications. I will be posting every week. So let's begin. So going or getting over a breakup is really, really difficult, mostly because it's hurtful or it's ego. Maybe this person did something bogus to you and you had to break up with them. Maybe they broke up with you and you're trying to get over it. But pretty much you're watching this video because you're trying to get over this person and it's difficult. So step number one is acknowledging why you're trying to forget them. So acknowledge why. It is because they're not trying to be with you and you're trying to forget them, or if it's because they did something bogus, or because you just feel like it's not working out and you just keep going back to this relationship and you just want to get over it, want to move forward, you just don't know how. And pretty much just acknowledge it. And that way, when you identify it, you're able to move forward. I would say also write it down. Write down why you're trying to forget them. So then you know why. And try to just think about it. Just engrave it on why. Try to write down the reasonings. Step number two is acceptance. So you just have to accept the situation as it is. You have to allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. If you're sad, if you're angry, whatever it might be, you just have to, once you write down the reasoning why you're leaving them, write down what it makes you feel. What did you feel in that moment you decided to move forward? Were you really sad? Were you disrespected? Did you feel betrayed? Were you in shock? I don't know, whatever it might be, feel it. Feel the sadness, feel it. I know some people say try not to feel it, but I say feel it so you can remember how bad it hurts or how angry you were. Anger is secondary to sadness, so really you were sad, but it's okay to be sad, Just feel it, feel why you were feeling like that, and also look at it as a learning experience. Don't take anything personal. So maybe this person did you bogus, or they left you, or whatever. Don't take it personal because it has nothing to do with you. That person maybe did you bogus because they have commitment issues, or they feel like they need to fulfill something within themselves, or maybe they didn't want you or broke up with you or whatever it might be because they weren't ready, or because something else that had to do with themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Don't take anything personal, and just learn from it. Whenever you're writing down why you don't want to be with them, and also whenever you're writing down your emotions that you feel and you're really feeling it, try to just breathe and also take this as a learning experience. This is part of life. There's so many people in this world that it's okay if it doesn't work out. Just because you love someone, just because you care about someone, does not mean that you have to be in a relationship with them. It does not mean that you have to be there and suffer or something. No. So honestly, you just have to take it as a learning experience and kind of write down hey, I didn't like this about this person. I could have improved in this aspect of the relationship. And don't take it personal. Don't try to harvest anger towards that person. Don't try to feel bad about yourself. Don't try to feel don't allow yourself to feel like you're not good enough. If that's how you feel, then just, like I said, feel that feeling, but just be you know what? It's part of life. It has nothing to do with me. And in my next relationship, now I know what it is that I'm looking for. Now I know how I can set boundaries. Now I know that I can be much kinder, or I, have to not be so jealous, or, this, that, whatever it might be. Now you know what you want and what you don't want. And before you start talking to someone else, you really just have to know these things, so then whenever this other person comes in your life, either you want them or you don't want them based on the things that you learned from your previous relationship. And so that way it doesn't happen again. And that's simple, right? I mean, it's easier said than done, but that's number 2. Number 3, and it's really, really hard. I know it's really, really sad to get over a breakup, but you really just have to try not to let emotion fog logic, because you might be really upset because of ego and your feelings were hurt, but you don't want someone that doesn't want you. In the end of the day, you don't want someone that's disrespectful, especially if there's so many people in this world, and especially if your time is so precious. You're only here for a certain amount of time. You don't want to waste it being sad, or that's a good thing that happened, so then you can experience that, because a lot of people experience that, and then it might feel like you will never move forward, but you will. And it's going to be so much better, because you don't know what you don't know. Okay, so number 3, step 3, is letting go. Holding on to something that isn't working is just going to make you feel a lot worse. So just, even though it sucks, even though it's difficult and you might be afraid and you might be wondering why, just don't force things. You can't force someone. You can't control people. You just have to let go. If that person, let's say, wanted you, or it was meant to be, you wouldn't be in this situation right now trying to forget about them. So you just have to breathe and just let go, let God, and just let it be. And so something that can be helpful is I can tell you to do something, but unless you know what you can handle and what you can't handle, unless you know you can handle it, do it. For example, I can tell you block this person, delete this person, all this and that, but unless you can handle that and you're ready for that, you should do it, because you can't do something and then undo it. For example, you can't block someone and then a couple days later you couldn't handle it and you unblock them. You have to just think about, if you don't want to delete them off social media, it's okay, don't delete them. If you don't want to block them, it's okay, don't block them, if you can handle that. Of course, it is better to just not look at them or anything, but just let go. Don't try to be petty, don't try to do anything, just let go. And sometimes no response is better than a response. So just let it be. And it's gonna be really sad, really difficult. You might cry yourself to sleep or something, but it's okay, because at the end of the day, you'd rather be alone than be with someone that is not right to be with. And something else that you can do is on your phone, and this is really helpful, I found it really helpful, is on your phone, and you can do it while I'm here, take your phone out, and in your contact, if you don't want to delete them or block them off your contact, make it something proactive. So whenever they message you, their contact name, a lot of people put mean things like douchebag or something, jerk. I always try to not hold any negative emotion. And what you can do is, instead, whenever they message you, on their name on the top, you can just change it to YDB, or YCDB, you can do better, or things like that. So whenever you do look at it, kind of gives you a reaction like, oh, this is why I'm not going to talk to him, because I can do better. And then you can kind of just refer back to, step number 1 and 2, where you're reflecting on why you're not with this person anymore, no matter how many times they message you, because eventually they will, if you follow these instructions, they will eventually message you, maybe a year from now, or a couple months from now, or a couple days, but you just have to stay focused. But this is what's gonna allow you to not message them anymore whenever they do message you, or if they do. Is whenever you see that, you're gonna be like, okay, this is why I can do a lot better. And I don't want, especially when you already start the process, you don't want to start talking to them again, because it's gonna redo the whole thing. And then if you guys don't work out again, guess what? You're gonna have to start step 1 all the way through again. And by step number 3, you're already like halfway there. So, and it's hard. I know it's hard. But also, something else is, don't tell everyone your business about this, because sometimes telling the wrong person will have you second guess your decisions. So just tell like one or two people, or just if you see a therapist, just tell your therapist that, or just have time to yourself to think about it logically. And you don't need anyone and everyone in your business, because their wisdom might not be good. Their advice might be awful and might have you go back to something you don't want to go back to. So just make sure whoever you ask their opinion is someone that has wisdom that you want to gain from them. And plus, you don't want everyone in your business, like I said. So step number 4 is practicing some self-love. And this is great because it'll allow you to find passion and hobbies, and go out and take care of yourself, and go out with friends. And the best thing you can do is grow without this person that you're trying to forget. So, and if you do all this, like practicing self-love daily, before you know it, you're not even going to think about this person. So practicing self-love, if you have not yet seen my previous video I just posted last week, go on my page, is the last week's video. Take a look of how to practice self-love, and it'll give you some good ideas or tricks that you can do. But yeah, practice self-love and take care of yourself. You are your own best friend, and that will definitely help you not think so much about them. And, step number 5 is, be impeccable with your actions, which by that I mean, referring back to what I was saying earlier, think about everything that you do or you're about to do before you do it. So really just like feel centered. I know it sucks, but don't act out of emotion. Really think about everything. Think about why it's not working. Think about why you don't want to be with this person. Think about, why it's not going to work out. And before you block them, before you even respond to their message, before anything, really think about that, because you can't take back an action. You can't block someone and then unblock them, because it's going to be like you're a joke, and then they're not going to take you serious. You're going to be like, oh, this person just wants to forget about me, but they can't. Don't say rude things to them and then say sorry after, or whatever it is that you're going to do, make sure you think about it and you do it confidently, and that's what it is. And it is very difficult, and you need discipline, a little bit of discipline, but in the long run, you have to think about yourself. In the long run, it's going to be better, because there's literally so many people in this world. And although it might seem like you really care about this person, like I said, just because you care about them does not mean that you have to be with them. And in the future, maybe in the future, doesn't mean that you will never be with them, I guess, but you're really trying to move on from this. So, just don't think about, like, I know it's really difficult whenever your emotions are like right there and you're really angry or upset or you want revenge. All those emotions, just let go, try to improve yourself, and you don't know what you don't know. So in the future, you might find someone that you're way more compatible with, and you would have never met them if you were stuck on this horrible relationship, or if you were still stuck on this breakup or this person or your crush or whatever. So pretty much it's just moving forward, and it's going to take time to really heal, and it's going to take time, and you might think about this person here and there, but that's okay. You have to just accept it and be okay with it, and kind of just be like, you know what, it's okay if I still care about this person. It's okay if I love this person. It's okay, if this person, did me super bogus and I'm hurt, it's okay, because I'm gonna grow and I'm gonna be so much better without them. And those are my tips. Those are my 5 steps, and I'm gonna link below some books that I recommend. But yeah, just take it slow and just know that everything is okay. And you don't know what you don't know. That's like the best thing, like being able to just accept it and truly just letting go and just growing on your own. And that really time is just like the best thing. And just acknowledging that it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to, just not allowing that to influence your everyday life. You can feel sad, you can be upset, but just not allowing that to like influence your actions and stuff. That's what's important. But if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below if this helps you, or comment below if you have any other requests that you would like to hear me talk about. I do read all my comments, and everything that I did mention right now I will put in the description below, and hope to see y'all soon.